First, I'd like to start by acknowledging that we're meeting here today on the traditional land of the Baralakalon people of the Gunai Nation, and I pay my respects to their elders past and present. I'd also like to acknowledge any elders present here today. It's very exciting to be here today with representatives from the South East Melbourne Phoenix team. They include, we've got Thomas Greer, the CEO, we've got Mitch Creek, the captain, as well as a number of the players. And of course, we've got the students and the staff from the Kosciusko St Primary School. Latrobe City are delighted to host the South East Melbourne Phoenix National Basketball League team for the third year in a row for their upcoming match against the Illawarra Hawks. The game will be held on Saturday the 16th of December at 5:30 p.m. at the Gippsland Regional Indoor Sports Stadium. It's wonderful to see the NBL games played here in Latrobe City, providing our community with the opportunity to see elite sport in their hometown and to be inspired by the players. Major events like this attract visitors from across the state, which provides an opportunity for us to showcase our region and sporting facilities to the wider audience and further solidify our standing as a destination for elite sports events in South East Victoria. The stadium here was transformed with a $19 million in the state government funding and has cemented itself as a first-class facility over the years, hosting several NBL and WNBL matches. We have seen a major return on investment, with games like this adding an impactful economic boost to local businesses, in particular those in hospitality and the accommodation sector. I'd like to personally thank the Phoenix players for engaging with our local school students and inspiring them to have their own sporting aspirations. Having professional sports basketballers in town sparks immense joy and excitement for them and is something that they'll remember for years to come. We're very grateful for your time and we look forward to welcoming you back next month for a very exciting game. I'd now like to hand over to the Phoenix CEO, Thomas Greer, to say a few words.
Thank you, Mayor. Thank you very much, Mayor, and congratulations on your recent appointment.
Thank you.
We'd like to start off by saying just how fantastic it is to be back in Gippsland, such a stunning part of regional Victoria, and extend a heartfelt thank you to Mayor Howe, the Latrobe City Council, the state government, and the Significant Sporting Events Fund for making this event possible. As a club, since our inception, it's been a real mandate of ours to ensure that we're not only a aspirational and destination club for residents of Melbourne, but also for the southeast and regions of Victoria, as highlighted by our captain here in Mitch Creek, who sort of developed his game and was raised in regional Victoria in Horsham. We're really excited to be back with the event on the 16th at GRISS. We feel like we're building a bit of a fortress for ourselves out here in regional Victoria, with last year's event being one of the highlights of the season last year with a packed out GRISS, and we're looking to do a similar thing this season. Still a few tickets left, so we really encourage people to jump online, get your tickets early, and get along to the game, because it's each year we're building on the spectacle, and it's become a sort of hallmark of our season and a great event. So with that being said, I think we'll open up to some questions for the Mayor and Mitch. Yeah.
Tom, can I start with you just quickly? One thing that I know you guys are really working on is that grassroots connection when it comes to the Phoenix, whether it be the southeastern suburbs and then obviously growing into the regional areas. Horsham boy there, mum comes from Horsham, so thank you, Mitchy, you like that representation. But when it comes to that sort of what we saw last year, there was that college atmosphere that we had in that stadium. It was loud, you were knackered, it was just, it had everything about it. Is that what you want to build within regional Victoria, or even down at the State Basketball Centre as well, that unique connection?
Yeah, without question. Without question, we see it as a way of differentiating ourselves from other sporting franchises in Melbourne through our connection with the region. And we understand that you don't connect with the region by coming out, playing a game and taking your ticket sales and heading home. You need to actually put the time in, and you need to connect. And we've done that over the past 3 years. We've got an incredible playing group led by Mitch Creek, who get out here, they get involved. They're at a number of schools throughout the day today and community groups. And I think that we see the benefit of that when game day comes around, with sold out stadiums, with incredibly passionate fans wearing Phoenix green, blowing the roof off GRISS.
Do you expect another sellout?
We do. We absolutely expect another sellout. I think there's sort of 500 tickets left. By the time all of you guys do your job for us and get out there and push the game, I'm sure we'll be sold out in the near future.
Do you hope to continue holding games in regional Victoria in the future?
Absolutely. This has become, like I said, a sort of hallmark of our season. We love the partnership with Latrobe City Council, supported by the state government, of course. We feel like each year we're building on that spectacle and the event, and it's something we look forward to every season and fully intend on continuing that into the future.
How important is a school visit? You're a former athlete, we've got athletes here as well. You're part of the grind at the moment of a season. How important is it to connect with the next generation when you're at a school clinic like this?
Oh, it's incredibly important. It's something that we message. Mitch, when he steps up, will answer this the same way. But we highlight to every player that we bring into the club, every staff member that we bring into the club, that although we're 5 years in, 2 of those years were during a COVID pandemic, and we're building. We're still building as a club and connecting with the community, connecting with schools in meaningful ways is one of the quickest pathways for us to build our franchise and build our club and supporter base. So really engaging in meaningful ways through those activities is incredibly important to us as a club.
We can get Mitch up to the mic.
Yeah.
Mitch, great to have you here, mate. As I said, Mum's from Horsham, so big fan, big fan, and Mum is as well. We've just spoken about regional Victorian playing here last year. Hopefully you've recovered from that game because it was epic. But the crowd noise and everyone behind you, I think, as you would know as a regional Victorian, people love it. When big clubs come to town or sporting stars, they gravitate and pass that on. You've represented your country, you've represented every level as well. How important is it for you to give back to regional Victoria?
I think any time you get to come out into the country, especially summer we've already come, we've played, we had a double overtime thriller. We had arguably 2 of the standout games from 2 individual players, but we had someone like an Owen Foxwell who really rose to the occasion and solidified himself as an NBL player. I think when the community and the regional communities get to see that we're genuine people, where we grew up in Horsham, we grew up in these areas, these small schools. We didn't come from the silver spoon cities all the time. We did it the hard way. We worked hard. We took our opportunities, and now we're playing on the big stage. That's inspiring to the next generation, and for us to get out in the communities to play, Golden Child with the kids for an hour and a half in the sun, and we're trying to win every game. We're trying to give them the motivation to take that next step and dream a little bigger, and maybe believe in that dream a little more than maybe they haven't in the past, because we're living proof that that's every bit achievable, and that's why it's important to come out here and kind of instill that belief in the next generation and beyond.
I think one thing that you guys have on a lot of other sports as well is accessibility to our kids as well, getting out to clinics and things like that. And with that, you're creating that pathway, as you said. The hopes and dreams of 90s and 2000s can be pretty hard to nowadays, where my son's going, I want to play in the NBA. I'm like, geez, okay, all right, I've got to pay for college and all that sort of stuff. But from your perspective there, that linking there and accessibility, is it hard for you as a professional athlete to go, right, hey, I need to take a step back here, enjoy signing an autograph, win, lose, or maybe overtime?
I think everyone is accessible. It's just those who choose to make it accessible is the biggest difference between us as a sporting organisation and other sporting franchises. I believe that we actually make a conscious effort to go into the communities that some people might deem, it's a little too hard, it's a little too far. For us, we can go as deep as you want into the woods, and we'll go and run our clinics, we'll go and have meet and greets, we'll sign autographs, we'll take photos, we'll interact with the communities, because we feel like it's important. We don't want people to miss out on opportunities that we were given when we were younger. So you're right, it is important. It is a whole, stepping stone to go forward. Maybe NBA is the dream for a lot of kids, maybe it wasn't, but hopefully now it is, because they've seen a Horsham boy who grew up on the farm, used to ride his bike to school every day, used to go down to the creek afterwards and build bike jumps with his mates, has now gone and played in the NBA playing against Giannis Antetokounmpo. And people go, that's not real, that's a fake story. It's actually not. We come from a small town. We understand that we may not be the largest club in Australia or any sporting franchise in the world, but we are an accessible club that is willing to go the extra mile for the fans that may not get all the opportunities that everyone else does in the cities.
From a basketball perspective on court at the moment, how are you going? Are you frustrated? I mean, every single season you seem banged up before you even get out on the court and stuff like that. How's morale within the unit? You're so close and getting those wins and getting those streaks happening and things like that, but just simply getting the cattle on the park. How are you going as a leader of this team?
Oh, phenomenal. I think we're in a great spot. You know, obviously we want to be a little higher up in the standings. We've let a couple slip away, but the thing is we've been up in those moments where we have lost some of those games, and to be up in those moments is a lot better than be down 20 at halftime and then lose by 25. I'd rather be up by 20 and then lose a game and figure out the reasons why we lost it. We've already understood how we can be up in games and what our winning culture looks like, and we're going to keep working at that. Health is always a part of it, but we're healthy now. We understand we're not last, we're definitely not first, but we're in the middle of the pack, and it's a close-knit race, as it always is going to be. So we have to win games, we have to consistently do what we need to as individuals to make sure we're okay and we're healthy come game day. But I think we're doing an amazing job. The team does an amazing job of preparing us and recovering us and making sure we're fit for game day.
You've got the Hawks in Traralgon next month. Is that something you've thought about yet?
No, I don't even think about what I'm going to do next week, let alone in a month. I think my partner will probably attest to that it frustrates her more than anyone. Planning for the next day, planning for the next training session, making sure that we are putting ourselves in a healthy mindset and a healthy body to go out and prepare to be ready for next week's game when we return from the FIBA window break. So, GRISS, the game in Traralgon is going to be, a spectacular one. We know that it's going to be sold out. We know there's going to be a lot of fans there. We're going to enjoy that drive out there. We're going to stay the night. We're going to come back the next day with a big smile on our chest, knowing we've interacted with a lot of fans and got into the community of Traralgon.
That's good. Any questions from the mayor?
May as well just chuck one in. We've got the WNBL as well happening this weekend. How good is it to have sort of this calibre of basketball in Traralgon so often?
Oh, this is fantastic. It gets our community an opportunity to see the elite of basketball being played right in their backyard. It also gives our juniors an opportunity to see their the fans and the juniors an opportunity to see the players up front, and also with the community interaction with the players. It's just fantastic.
It's a pretty strong basketball community in Traralgon as
well.
Oh,
it is. It definitely is. Look at the size of our facility, and it's still bursting at the seams with all the juniors playing.
Yeah.
And does it become a more critical point? Obviously, we've had the disappointment of the Commonwealth Games recently, so to have these major events still happening in the region.
Yeah, no, it's great, and it's really good to be able to build a calendar of events year after year, building on the success of the previous year.
Cool.
Good.
Thanks.